Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let's get started with our verses. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, Gokuleshwari Mataji, you can go.
I'm failing because of no match CLP pay ID.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Dandot Pranam. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So, if possible, you can sing the first verse, Mataji.
Prabhuji, Prabhuji, yeah.
So what happens with that?
1 second, I'm sharing this.
CLP investigation.
Uddhana bhava pishanam lavalduhasa pridavalokanihito madano piyasam sammohya chapa madhat paramottamasta yassendriyam vinudhitum kuhukerna shekuhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Exactly the same.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very good. Nikunja Leela Mataji. Nikunja Leela Mataji. Okay. Amrit Gauranga Mataji, you go.
Bhavadvidha bhagavatas tirtha bhuta swayam vibho tirti kurvanti tirtani swantahastena gadhaprata.
Very nice. Thank you. Kirtida Sundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Tulayamalavena na swargam na punarbhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya martyanam kim utashishaha.
Very nice. Aradhya Madhavi Mataji.
Tiraskrita vipralabdha sapta kshipta hata api nasya tat pratikurvanti tad bhaktaha prabhavopihi.
Very nice. Thank you. And Mukta Sangha Prabhu, last verse.
Punascha bhuhat bhagavatyanante rathi prasangascha tadashrayeshu mahatsuyamyam upayami shrishtim maitrastu sarvatra namodvijebhyah.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you all the devotees. So let's get started with mangala charan. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So dear devotees, welcome back to our Bhakti Vaibhava, the study of Granthara Srīmad Bhāgavatam. And we are continuing our reading of Canto 1, Chapter 17, entitled Punishment and Reward of Kali, text 25 onwards. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading how Maharaj Parikshit encountered the bull and the cow. The bull is dharma, the cow is Mother Earth. And how personality of Kali, dressed up like a Raja, dressed up like a king, was beating the cow and the bull, who were trembling and crying. The bull's 3 legs were broken out of 4. And Maharaj Parikshit goes there. He looks at all 3 of them, asks the bull, who is the cause of your suffering? Just give me a statement, witness statement. And Dharma says, the bull says that I don't know. There are many different philosophies. I don't know who is responsible for my suffering. Why don't you tell? So Maharaj Parikshit is speaking. Maharaj Parikshit said that, oh bull, previously you were standing in Satyayuga on all 4 legs. And then what happens? Let's see. Text 25. So Maharaj Parikshit is speaking to bull, who is Dharma. Idanim dharma padaste satyam nirvartayed yataha tam jikrishit adhamoyam anritenai dhitaha kalihi. Translation and purport by our beloved founder Acharya Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Shri Srīmad Abhay Charan Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: Maharaj Parikshit is responding to Dharma, the bull, by saying, you are now standing on 1 leg only, which is truthfulness, which is your truthfulness. And you are somehow or the other hobbling along on 1 leg, just hobbling along, limping. But quarrel personified, Kalihi, flourishing by deceit, anritena. Flourishing by deceit, this Kali is also trying to destroy that 1 remaining limb of truthfulness. Maharaj Parikshit is witnessing this and he's saying, this is what is happening. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, please listen carefully, Dharma, or the principles of religion, stand on 4 primary regulative observances. 4 things we have to observe, then Dharma is protected. What are they? The 4 legs, 4 limbs of Dharma, 4 pillars of Dharma. Austerity, tapa. Cleanliness, shaucham. Mercy, daya. And truthfulness, satyam. If you look at the previous verse, verse number 24, it appears, tapah, shaucham, daya, satyam, iti pada krite kritaha. Tapah, shaucham, daya, satyam. These are the 4 limbs of Dharma. What is the definition of austerity? Tapa means austerity. What is the definition of tapa? Srila Prabhupada defines, austerity means to accept voluntary things which may not be very comfortable for the body, but are good for spiritual realization. Something may not be good for the body, and our conditioning, our mind may tell us, don't do it, it's uncomfortable. But if it is good for spiritual life, we should do it. Srila Prabhupada gives example, for example, fasting. Fasting twice a month or 4 times a month is a sort of austerity. It is tapasya, which may be voluntarily accepted for spiritual realization only. So austerity is meant, fasting is meant only for spiritual realization, Prabhupada says, and not for any other purpose, political or otherwise. Sometimes people go on a fast for political reasons. Fulfill this demand, otherwise I will not eat. Prabhupada says fasting is something sacred. Fasting is meant for spiritual realization, not for political purposes. Further down in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, gradually these attributes, Satyam, Saucham, Tapa, Dhyanam, Dhanam, these 4 attributes diminished. In Satyayug, they were all present in the beginning. Then Tretayug, they diminished to 3/4. In Dwapar to half. And in the beginning of Kali to 1/4. And which will gradually diminish on account of the prevailing untruthfulness. So only truthfulness is there in Kali, but we are seeing already there is so much untruthfulness going on. How much people lie nowadays. all lie. Untruthfulness is there. Therefore, the only remaining limb of dharma also will be destroyed soon. Prabhupada says in the end, by too much lying propaganda, truthfulness is spoiled. But the revival of Bhagavad Dharma, Srīmad Bhāgavatam, the teaching of Srīmad Bhāgavatam is Bhagavad Dharma. The revival of Bhagavad Dharma can save human civilization from falling prey to the evils of Kali. The solution to all the evils is Bhagavad Dharma. What is Bhagavad Dharma? Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yatho Bhakti Radhokshare. Krishna Bhakti. That's all. Text 26. Iyam cha bhumir bhagavata nyasitoru bharasati Srīmadbhis tat pada nyasaihi sarvatah krita kautuka. Parikshit Maharaj is saying, the burden of the earth was certainly diminished by the personality of Godhead. Iyam cha bhumir bhagavata nyasitoru bhara. The bhar, the burden of the earth, was relieved by Bhagavan, Krishna. And others as well. And others as well means other great personalities, other great devotees. When Krishna was present as an incarnation, all good was performed because of his auspicious footprints. Srīmadbhis tat pada nyasaihi. Pada nyasai. The footprints of Krishna were bringing all auspiciousness. We saw this also in the prayers of Queen Kunti. Remember? Kunti Maharani said that till now your lotus footprints were decorating our kingdom. Now when you go away, that will not be so. So please stay. That is the importance of the lotus footprint of Krishna. Srīmadbhis tat pada nyasai. Text 27. So Maharaj Parikshit is saying, when Krishna was there, the burden of earth was relieved. There was all auspiciousness because Krishna was placing his lotus feet on earth. What happened? 27. Shochat ashru kala sadhvi durbhage vojita sati abrahmanya nripa vyajaha shudra bhokshanti mamiti. Maharaj Parikshit saying to the bull, now this cow, Bhudevi, now she, Sati, Sadhavi, she is referred to as Sadhavi, chaste one, being unfortunately forsaken by the personality of Godhead. Durbhagya. Now she's become unfortunate. One who was most fortunate because she was imprinted with the lotus footprint of Krishna. One who was most fortunate has now become unfortunate. This is the nature of this material world. It is anityam, asukham, lokam. It is anityam. Anityam asukham. So asukha means there is no happiness. But even if someone says, I have got happiness, that happiness is temporary. Anityam. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Napnumanti mahatma samsiddhim paramangata. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam is same as asukham, anityam. So now Mother Earth, the Sadhavi, Sati, she is called Sati and Sadhavi. She is forsaken by Krishna because Krishna has left. And she laments for her future with tears in her eyes. Tears in her eyes. She is crying because she is being ruled by a Brahmanya. A Brahmanya. She is being ruled by the non-Brahminical people, low-class people, who pose as kings. Nripa Vyaja. Nripa Vyaja. They pose as kings. They pose as high-class, cultured kings, but actually they are very low-class. They are a Brahmanya. Therefore, Mother Earth is crying because a wrong person is ruling. Purport. In the third sentence, Srila Prabhupada says, unfortunately, in the age of Kali, the lower class men without training occupy the post of a ruler. How? by strength of popular votes. Rulers illegally gratify themselves at the cost of all comforts of the citizens. So a politician may have crores of rupees or millions of dollars in the Swiss bank. Whose money is it? It is the public's money. But they will not think that people are starving to death. People are sleeping hungry. They don't have food. They don't have clothes. They will just increase their own bank balance. Rulers illegally gratify themselves at the cost of the citizens. And therefore Mother Earth cries, Prabhupada says. Seeing this, Mother Earth cries. Why? Because all are children of Mother Earth. We have aham mameti. But for Mother Earth, all the living entities are her children. So when some children take all the money, usurp all the wealth, and others are neglected, she cries. Educating the people systematically in the teachings of Srīmad Bhāgavatam will clear up the hazy atmosphere of corruption, bribery, blackmail, untruthfulness, greed. All this will go away if there is teaching of Srīmad Bhāgavatam. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. So that we have to understand. Text 28. Iti dharmam mahim chaiva santvayitva maharatah nishatam adade khadgam kalaye adharma hetave. Kalaye adharma hetave. What is the root cause of adharma? Kalaye, Kali Yuga. Kali is the root cause of adharma. Maharaj Parikshit, so Srila Suta Goswami is saying, Maharaj Parikshit, who could fight 1,000 enemies single-handedly, Maharathi, is called Maharathi in this verse, thus pacified the personality of religion and earth. He satisfied dharmam and mahim. Mahim means earth and dharma means religion. So he pacified the bull and the cow, dharma and mahim. Then he took up his sharp sword to kill the personality of Kali, who is the root cause of our irreligion. Nishatam adade khadgam. He took khadgam, a sword in his hand, to kill Kali, who is adharma hetave. He is the root cause of all adharma. Maharaj Parikshit pacified Bhudevi and dharma, and now he is going to go after Kali. Purport, second sentence. This age of Kali will certainly be full of all activities of Kali, but this does not mean that the leaders of the society should just sit down. Again, the question may be raised, if Kali is destined by Krishna to progress, why should we even bother? Prabhupada says no. We have to do our dharma. Our dharma is what is Krishna's mission. What is Krishna's mission? Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya chadushritam, and dharma samsthapanam. So we have to be with devotees, we have to protect the devotees, we have to fight against adharma, and we have to establish dharma that Krishna has given us, Bhagavad Dharma. Krishna's mission is our mission. Karishye vachanam tava. Arjun says, Karishye vachanam tava. That is the mood of a devotee. That Krishna, I will do what you want me to do. So what is Krishna's mission? Automatically becomes our mission. Mahaprabhu has come. Namo Mahavadanya Krishna Prem Pradayate. What is our mission? Preaching is the essence. Why? Because Mahaprabhu wants. That is a devotee. Prabhupada says in this age of Kali, Kali will certainly be full of activities of Kali, but that does not mean the leaders of society and the devotees of the Lord should sit down tightly and become callous. No, we should fight. Like Jatayu. Even though he knew he was going to lose, but he fought. Even though Abhimanyu knew he was going to be killed, he fought. It is the duty of the executive heads of state to take all necessary actions against the activities of Kali. It is our duty to take action against Kali. The administrators cannot prevent corrupt activities by allowing wine shops. All these wine shops, liquor shops, casinos, slaughterhouses, non-veg restaurants where meat is served. The administrators cannot prevent corrupt activities by allowing wine shops. They must at once close all shops of intoxicating drugs and wine and force punishment, even by death, for those who indulge in habits of intoxication of all description. Prabhupada is very strongly speaking about this. Intoxication, meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, this should be banned by the leaders. 29. When the personality of Kali understood that King Parikshit was willing to kill him, he at once abandoned the dress of a king and under pressure of fear, completely surrendered to Maharaj Parikshit, bowing his head down. Tam jighamsum abhipretya, text 29. Vihaya nirpalanchanam tatpadamulam shirasa samagad bhaya out of fear he samagad sharanagati, he surrendered, fully surrendered. When personality of Kali came to know that tam jighamsu, he is going to kill, abhipretya, when he understood, then he vihaya, he gave up nirpalanchanam, he gave up his kingly dress, and tatpadamulam shirasa samagat, he surrendered at the lotus feet of Maharaj Parikshit. Why? Bhaya vivala, because he was very afraid, very scared. Purport: the royal dress of the personality of Kali is artificial. A real Kshatriya never surrenders, Prabhupada is saying. Therefore, Kali is not Kshatriya. These terrorists who create so much havoc, they are not Kshatriyas. They may come with assault rifles and they are not Kshatriyas. A Kshatriya fights with equals. When the person is armed, I am armed, then we fight. Not you enter a school and start shooting helpless teachers and children. That is not bravery. That is less than a chandal. That is not human. You plant bombs secretly, drains and buildings. We are Shurveer terrorists. Kya Shurveer terrorist? You are not even human being. A Kshatriya will challenge. A Kshatriya will never attack when the opponent is not armed. And they are coming into hotels and shooting, crashing planes. These are all subhuman activities in the mode of ignorance. So Prabhupada is saying, a real Kshatriya never surrenders. In the age of Kali, there are so many pretenders dressed and posed as administrators or executive heads. But their real identity is revealed when they are challenged by a real Kshatriya. Therefore, when the artificially dressed personality of Kali saw that to fight Maharaj Parikshit was beyond his ability, he bowed down his head like a subordinate and gave up his royal dress. Text 30. Patitam padayor veerah kripaya dinavatsalah sharanyo navadhi shokya aha chedam hasan iva. Hasan. Maharaj Parikshit smiled. Translation. Text 30. Maharaj Parikshit, who was qualified to accept surrender and who was worthy of being sung in history, he is Sharanyo. He was worth taking shelter of. And he was Shlokya. He was worthy of being glorified through shloks, through nice verses, worthy of being sung in history, did not kill the poor, surrendered and fallen Kali. Patitam. Patitam. Kali is defined as Patitam. He did not kill the Na Avadhit. He did not kill Na Avadhit. He did not kill Kali, even though he was Patitam, fallen. Why? Because Sharanya. He had taken shelter. He did not kill the poor, surrendered and fallen Kali. Instead, Hasan Eva. He smiled compassionately. He smiled compassionately, for he was kind to the poor. He was Dina Vatsala, kind to the poor. Maharaj Parikshit, Dina Vatsala. He smiled at Kali when Kali surrendered to him. Did not kill Kali because Kali surrendered. Purport. Even, now please listen, this is very beautiful. Even an ordinary Kshatriya does not kill a surrendered person. What to speak of Maharaj Parikshit, who was by nature compassionate and kind to the poor. Dina Vatsala. This is the nature of a devotee. Dina Vatsala. He was smiling Hassan. He was smiling. The question is, why is Maharaj Parikshit smiling? The answer is very deep. Please listen carefully. Maharaj Parikshit was smiling at Kali because the artificially dressed Kali had disclosed his identity as a lower class man. External reason. See, there are two reasons Prabhupada gives. So, Maharaj Parikshit took the sword about to kill Kali, but Kali begs forgiveness, surrenders, gives up his royal dress, bows down his head at the feet of Parikshit Maharaj and surrenders. And Maharaj Parikshit does not kill Kali, and he smiles at Kali. The smiling of Maharaj Parikshit in such a serious situation where Mother Earth and dharma are being tortured, beaten, ill-treated by Kali, Maharaj Parikshit has the full strength. He is the king. He has the power, authority, and he has the desire to punish Kali. Kali surrenders to Maharaj Parikshit, puts his head at his feet, surrenders, gives up his royal clothes. And Maharaj Parikshit does not kill Kali and smiles at Kali. Srila Prabhupada in the purport gives two reasons why in such a serious, dramatic, grave situation, Maharaj Parikshit is smiling. External reason, he smiled because Kali, who was a pretender, gave up his pretense. जब कोई pretend करता है और पकड़ा जाता है, and then they give, oh no, I'm such and such. So naturally, you smile. Oh, okay. पकड़ लिया. That is external reason, but the internal reason is very deep. Prabhupada writes. So external reason is Maharaj Parikshit was smiling because the artificially dressed Kali had disclosed his identity as a lower class man. Okay, external. Internal reason. And Maharaj Parikshit was thinking how ironic it was that although no one could be saved from his sharp sword when he desired to kill, this low-class Kali was spared because of his timely surrender. देखो, Kali बच गए. Kaliyug's life was spared. And this Kali is going to be the cause of death of Maharaj Parikshit. Everybody agrees? We saw, Srila Radha Govind Maharaj says in the Katha, कि ऐसा नहीं कि वो जरासंध के मुकुट में कली बैठा था, वो तो ब्राह्मण के मस्तक पर कली बैठा था. Kali sat on the head of Shringi. So Kali is going to be the cause of the death of Parikshit Maharaj. And Maharaj Parikshit is smiling. Dekho. He knows it's Krishna's plan that Kali is to be spared. Prabhupada will write in the purport. Isn't that beautiful? Maharaj Parikshit knew that it was Krishna's plan that how can I kill Kali? This is Kali Yuga. Kali has to survive. Maharaj Parikshit knew and how Krishna's Leela was playing out. At the time of his death, supposed death, Kali immediately, he knew exactly what is the right thing to do. He surrendered. Bach gaya. Now how can I kill? He has surrendered. So Maharaj Parikshit smiled. Okay. He understood this Krishna's arrangement. Ironic. He's thinking how ironic it was that although no one could be saved from his sword, this Kali, who was the most deserving to be killed, because of his timely surrender, bach gaya. His life was spared. Hare Krishna. And then in the last sentence, Srila Prabhupada reveals the secret. He says, thus, the personality of Kali was saved by the will of providence. Will of providence is Krishna's will. Maharaj Parikshit understood it's Krishna's will that Kali should be spared. Hare Krishna. Text 31. Rajo Vacha. Nate gudake shayasho dharana baddhanjalerve bhayamasti kinche navartitavyam bhavata kathanchan kshetre madiye tvam adharma bandhu. Kali is adharma bandhu. He is a friend of adharma. Translation. Maharaj Parikshit said, we have inherited the fame of Arjun. Gudakesha Yasha. We have inherited the fame of Gudakesh Arjun. Therefore, since you have surrendered yourself with folded hands, you need not fear for your life. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Bhayam kinchid na. You don't have to worry about your life because you surrendered. A Kshatriya's dharma is not to kill someone who has surrendered. Correct? A Kshatriya can never kill. Baddha anjale. Folded hands. Is begging, yachana kar rahe. Spare me, spare me, spare me. See, Prabhupada says, a Kshatriya will never surrender. Kali surrendered. That means he is not Kshatriya. He is a bogus fellow. Only dressed up as Kshatriya. And a Kshatriya can never kill someone who takes shelter. So it was will of providence. Maharaj Parikshit understood. Thus Maharaj Parikshit said to Kali, we have inherited the fame of Arjun, Gudakesha Yasha, and therefore since you have surrendered, Baddha Anjale, with folded hands you have surrendered, you need not fear for your life. But you cannot remain in my kingdom. You cannot remain in my kingdom. That is not possible. Na kshetre madiye tvam. You cannot live in my kingdom. You cannot live in my kshetra. You cannot live in my kingdom. Why? Because tvam adharma bandhu. You are a friend of adharma. You cannot stay. I am the descendant of Dharmaraj, Yudhishthira Maharaj. You cannot. You are adharma bandhu. You cannot stay in my kingdom. Maharaj Parikshit told Kali, I spare your life. I will not kill you, but you cannot stay in my kingdom. Purport. The personality of Kali, who is adharma bandhu, a friend of all kinds of irreligiosities, may be excused if he surrendered. Okay, you have surrendered, I will not kill you. You are excused. But in all circumstances, Kali cannot be allowed to live as a citizen in any welfare state, in any state that is following Bhagavad Dharma. Kali cannot stay. Last sentence. The friends of irreligiosity should be banished from the state, and that will save the state from corruption. If you want to save a country from corruption, then you have to remove these irreligiosities, meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, gambling. Text 32. Tvam vartamanam naradeva dehesh anupravritto yamadharma pugaha lobhondritam chauryam anaryamamho jeshtha chamaya kalahascha dambha. Maharaj Parikshit is telling Kali, who has surrendered, if the personality of Kali, irreligion, is allowed to act as a man god or an executive head, certainly irreligious principles like greed, falsehood, robbery, incivility, treachery, misfortune, cheating, quarrel, and vanity will abound. Maharaj Parikshit is telling Kali, if you stay in my kingdom, then greed, falsehood, robbery, incivility, treachery, misfortune, cheating, quarrel, vanity will abound. It will increase. Purport. The principles of religion, namely austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness, as we have already discussed, may be followed by the follower of any faith. There is no need to turn from Hindu to Muslim to Christian or some other faith. See, Srila Prabhupada is clearly saying, our Krishna consciousness movement is not about being a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a Jew. No, these are external designations. The principles that are being taught in Srīmad Bhāgavatam are universal. They are for everyone. Because Srīmad Bhāgavatam is instructing the soul. It is talking about Jaiva Dharma, the soul of the Dharma of the Jiva. That is same for an insect, for a bird, for an animal, human being, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, everyone. Same. Jaiva Dharma doesn't change. Sanatan Dharma is Sanatan. It doesn't change. It is not circumstantial. It is not naimittik. 33. Navartit tavyam tadadharma bandho dharmena satyena chavartitavye brahma varte yatra yajanti yadnair yadneshwaram yadnavitana vidnyah. Translation. Maharaj Parikshit is telling Kali, therefore, O adharma bandho, again he is addressing the adharma bandhu, O friend of irreligion, you do not deserve to remain in a place which is Brahma Varte, a place where experts perform sacrifices, yajna. Brahmavarta yatra yajanti yajna. The experts are performing yajna according to truth and religious principles. Why? Yajneshwaram yajnavatana vidnya. The vidnya, the experts are performing yajna for Yajneshwar. Ahami sarva bhoktaram, ahami sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurevacha. Tatumam abhijananti tatvenatas chavanti. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, ahami sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurevacha. I am the Prabhu, master and bhokta, enjoyer of ahami sarva yajnanam, all the yajnas. And natumam abhijananti tatvenatas chavanti. If you don't understand Krishna in truth, chavanti, they will fall down. So Maharaj Parikshit is telling Kali that you don't deserve to remain in this kingdom because here we perform yajna for Yajneshwar, for the satisfaction of Krishna. For the satisfaction of Krishna. Yajneshwar. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, Yajneshwar, or the Supreme Personality of Krishna, is the beneficiary of all kinds of sacrificial ceremony. Aham is sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhu evacha. Further down, Srila Prabhupada says, the atheists do not believe in the existence of God, and they do not perform any sacrifice for the satisfaction of Krishna because they don't have faith, they don't have Shraddha. In this age of Kali, the greatest common formula of sacrifice is Sankirtan Yajna, Nam Sankirtan. That is the best Yajna. So here it is said that Yajna, we are doing Yajna. Maharaj Parikshit says we are doing Yajna for Yajneshwar. Prabhupada says in Kali, the greatest common yajna, best everyone should perform is Nam Sankirtan Yajna. Krishna Varnam Tusa Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yajna Sankirtana Praya. Mainly it is Sankirtan Yajna. Yes, on Narsimha Chaturdashi we can perform Narsimha Yajna. On Gita Jayanti we can perform Gita Yajna. But Krishna Varnam Tusa Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yajna Sankirtana Praya. Praya means mostly it is Sankirtana. Yajna Sankirtana Praya. Who will understand this? Only Sumedhasa. Yajantihi Sumedhasa. Only the intelligent will worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by Nam Sankirtan movement in the age of Kali. Prabhupada says. Text 34. Yasmin Harir Bhaga Yasmin Harir Bhagavan Ijjamana Ijjatma Murtir Yajatam Shamtanoti Kaman Amoghan Sthirajangamanan Antar Bahirva Yurivesha Atma. In all sacrificial ceremonies, although sometimes a demigod is worshipped, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped because he is the super soul of everyone. And Srila Prabhupada in the purport will quote a very nice verse from Bhagavad Gita to substantiate this Siddhanta, that even if we worship a demigod, actually we are worshipping Krishna, but we are doing it in a avidhipurvakam, in the wrong way. Krishna is worshipped in sacrificial ceremonies because he is the super soul of everyone and exists both inside and outside. Antar Bahir. How? Vayur Iva, just like air. Air is inside in the lungs, air is outside. Antar Bahir. So Krishna is outside, Krishna is inside. Baher Narsimha Ridaye Narsimha Narsingamadim Sharanam Prapadde. Baher Narsimha Ridaye Narsimha. Antar Bahir. Krishna is there, Lord Narsimha Dev is there. In all sacrificial ceremonies, although sometimes a demigod is worshipped, actually Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is worshipped because he is super soul, Paramatma, and exists both inside and outside, just like air. Thus, it is Supreme Lord Krishna only who awards all welfare to the worshipper. The fruit of every sacrifice is ultimately sanctioned by Krishna. Anumanta is Krishna. Purport. It is even sometimes seen that demigods like Indradev, Chandradev are worshipped and offered sacrificial awards. Yet the rewards of all such sacrifices are awarded to the worshipper, to the sadhak, by the Supreme Lord Krishna. And it is Lord Krishna only who can offer all welfare to the worshipper. In Bhagavad Gita 9.23, Lord Krishna himself confirms this in the following shloka. Yapi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhaya anvitaha teapi mameva kaunteya yajantya vidhi purvakam. Yajanti avidhi purvakam. It's avidhi purvak. Yapi anya devata bhakta. Worshipping other demigods is wrong because devanam achyuto yatha. Among the Devatas, Lord Achyut should be worshipped. Whatever a man may sacrifice to other gods, O son of Kunti, is certainly meant for me alone. But it is offered without true understanding. Prabhupada is saying. So that's Krishna is saying. Prabhupada is translating. 35. So after hearing these statements, so he's saying that in our kingdom we worship Krishna. We are Krishna's devotees. You cannot stay here because you are against the principles of Krishna. You are adharmic. So Parikshit Maharaj says, you go away. You cannot stay. I'll spare your life, but you cannot stay in my kingdom. And what was the kingdom of Maharaj Parikshit? The whole earth. Text 35. Suta uvacha. Parikshitayavam adrishtaha sakalir jata vepatuhu tam udyatasim ahedam dandapanim ivodyatam. How was Maharaj Parikshit? Dandapani. Who is Dandapani? Yamraj. Who is Chakrapani? Krishna. Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. Who is Shulapani? Lord Shiva, yes. Sri Suta Goswami said, the personality who is Rathangapani? Krishna. What is this verse? Govinda Govinda Hare Murare Govinda Govinda Mukunda Krishna Govinda Govinda Rathanga Pane Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Bhishmadev, our Bilva Mangalacharya says, Bhishmadev offered this prayer to Rathanga Pane Krishna. As Krishna was charging towards him, he dropped his bow and said, please come, smash me. That would be perfection of my life. The personality of Kali, thus being ordered by Maharaj Parikshit, began to tremble in fear. Seeing the king before him as Dandapani, as Yamraj, who holds the rod of death, ready to kill him. Vepatu, he started trembling. See, first the cow and the bull were trembling. Now who is trembling? Kali is trembling. Avashyameva bhuktavyam kritam karma shubhashubh. Bhogna hi padta hai. Seeing the king before him, Kalir jata vepatu. Kali jata. He started trembling in fear. Seeing the king before him like Yamraj, ready to kill him, Kali spoke to the king as follows. Purport. In the second half of the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the king or the executive head must be so strong as to stand before the personality of Kali like personality of death, Yamraj, Dandapani. That is the way to rule the personalities of Kali who create disturbance in the normal life of the state citizens. That is how we should be. Strong. One should not become a leader unless one is like Maharaj Parikshit. One should not be a leader unless one can really rout out the adharma, because that is the duty of the king. If we cannot fulfill our duties properly, if we are not competent, we should not become. In this regard, I would like to tell all of you a story from Sri Valmiki Ramayana. A very, very instructive story. And it appears in the Uttar Khanda of Sri Valmiki Ramayana. Lord Ramachandra had returned to Ayodhya and he was ruling as Ayodhya Pati, Shri Ram. He was ruling, and one day Lord Ramachandra came to his assembly hall, Sabha, and any citizen had any complaint, any problem, they could come to Ram Sabha and express their vyatha, their suffering, their problem, and Lord Ramachandra would bring a solution as the king. Every day there was a time when anybody could walk in. But Ram Rajya is such that there are no problems. There are no problems. So Lord Ramachandra was sitting and there was nobody there with any problem. So Lord Ramachandra told Lakshmanji hey Lakshman, please go out and see if anybody has come to meet me with any grievances, any problems, any complaints, any issues. Lakshmanji went out, he saw there was nobody there. So he came back and he reported to Lord Ramachandra that your rule is so perfect, Prabhu Ram, there is nobody outside, no problem, no grievances, no complaints. So Lord Ramachandra said, I do not want to be accused of not doing my duty properly, O Lakshman. Therefore, please go again and look carefully. ये भगवान की स्टाइल है. लॉर्ड चैतन्य महाप्रभु ऑल्सो चंद्रशेखर भेजते, जाओ देखो कोई है क्या बाहर. बेचारे देख के आते, कोई नहीं है. अरे फिर से देखो, ठीक से देखो. Then Sanatana Goswami is there. This is the style of our Shadbhuj Gauranga. So he told Lakshman, no, go again, see properly if there is anybody. So Lakshman goes outside and he sees near the gate of the palace, there is a dog. And the dog has an injury on the head and it's bleeding. It's got a wound on the head. And the dog is expressing pain, crying. So Lakshman says, oh dear dog, what happened? You got hurt. Do you want to come and tell your problem so we can help you? So the dog says, I would like to tell my problem directly to Lord Ram. So Lakshman said, yes, sure. Lord Ramchandra is giving darshan. Please come and tell your problem directly to Lord Ram. The dog said, I know dharma. A dog is not allowed to enter the court of a king. A dog is not allowed to enter the palace. I am a niche yoni. I am a degraded species. I cannot contaminate the palace of Lord Ramchandra by entering. So first you get permission. I will not come. Otherwise it will become an offense on my part. Lakshman was impressed. Wow, this dog knows dharma. So Lord Lakshmanji, he goes inside and he tells Prabhu Shri Ram that, hey Shri Ramachandra, a dog is here and he has some grievances. He has an injury on his head which looks quite severe and is bleeding also. But he wants to tell his problem, his complaint directly to you. But he says he cannot enter because he's a dog. And this is the Sabha where Vasishtha Muni is sitting, Vishwamitra Muni is sitting, and so many great Brahmanas are sitting. He cannot come. So Lord Ramchandra said, the dog is Praja. The dog is also my citizen. And this is an open house for citizens. So immediately bring him in. Tell him that I'm giving permission. Please bring the dog in. So the dog was brought inside. And Lord Ramachandra asked him, "O dog, without any fear, please tell me what your problem is. Who has injured you? Who has assaulted you? Please tell me. And please tell me what I can do to help you." So the dog replied that there is a sannyasi by the name Sarvartha Siddha. And yesterday he hit me very hard with his sannyas danda on my head for no fault of mine. So he is the culprit. So you should please call him to the court and do justice. So Lord Ramchandra immediately sent for this sannyasi to be brought in, Sarvartha Siddhi. So Sarvartha Siddhi was brought and he was asked, "Did you hit the dog? The dog is claiming that you hit him yesterday." Sarvartha Siddha said, "Yes, Prabhu Ramchandra, I hit. I'm very sorry. Actually, what happened yesterday was I did not get any bhiksha. I didn't get any thing to eat. I was very hungry. I was famished. Hunger was tormenting me. And when we are hungry, we can get angry. Hungry and angry go together. So I was very hungry, and this dog was sitting in my path on the road. So I ordered him, 'Oh dog, get up and move.' But he got up so slowly. He was moving so slowly. I became impatient and I hit him on the head out of anger. But the anger was because I was hungry. I was irritable and he was moving very slowly. So I hit him on the head and I'm sorry." You can give me whatever punishment you want. Anger is not good. Anger destroys all good qualities. Anger destroys all one's pious activities. In fact, I have personally heard from one sadhu, very great Brajvasi, Gaudiya Vaishnava, that if we get angry, of course, Krodha Bhakta Dveshi Jana, Srila Narottama Thakur says that anger can be utilized by getting angry at Bhakta Dveshi Jana. Like Prabhupada will sometimes get angry at impersonalists and the atheistic scientists. But if we get angry at a devotee, or if we get angry unnecessarily at anyone, even a non-devotee, unjustified anger, 1 month bhajan is lost. We lose access to the sukriti of 1 month bhajan. I have personally heard this from a very, very great sadhu, not an ordinary sadhu. Someone who chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra for 12 hours every day in Vrindavan, in Barsana, for more than 50 years. He will not lie. Very Siddha Purush. He personally told, he said in a class I have heard directly. If we get angry unreasonably, get angry at a devotee, unjustified anger, it takes away the access that we have to 1 month of bhajan. It's gone. So anger is a very great problem. Lord Krishna also says it's a royal gate to hell. Trividham narakashyedam dwaram nashanam atmana kama krodha tatha lobhas tasmadetat trayam tyajet. So this Sarvartha Siddha is preached to by Lord Ramchandra. Lord Ramchandra tells him, listen, this anger is very bad. So he says, I'm sorry, Prabhu Ram, you give me any punishment you want. So Lord Ramchandra looks at the different Vidwan Brahmins in the Sabha, like Vasishtha Muni and Vishwamitra Muni, and there are others also. He asks them, so what do you think? What punishment should be given to this Brahman sannyasi? So they all say that actually a Brahman should not be punished. That is the verdict of the Shastra. A Brahman is not punishable. Brahman should be worshipped. Even if there is some mistake, a king doesn't have the authority to punish a Brahman. But you are not ordinary king, O Ram. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are Sakshat Vishnu. So whatever you say is dharma, and it will be accepted by us. But we feel that this Brahman should not be punished. Now, hearing all this, the dog speaks. He says, all right, Lord Ramchandra, I have heard the verdict of your ministers and your Vidwans in your Sabha, the Brahmans, Brahmarshis. So, okay. There is a kingdom, small kingdom in your kingdom called Kalanjar. You make this Sarvartha Siddha the spiritual leader. Because he goes around with his danda, sannyas danda, his staff. You make him the spiritual leader of Kalanjar province. So Lord Ramchandra asks that Sarvartha Siddha. So is this punishment okay? You become the guru of this Kalanjar province. You become the spiritual master, the head of that province. Is that okay? Good service? So he becomes very happy. Instead of being punished, first I was not getting anything to eat. Now I'm going to become the head of a whole province. There is no problem of eating. And such a nice exalted position. So he says, whatever you say, Lord, I will accept this, no problem. I will become the leader of this Kalanjar province. So Lord Ram says, okay. So Vidhivat, he is installed as the spiritual leader of that province. A big elephant is called, elephant is decorated, Sarvartha Siddha is decorated, all respect is given to him. He sits on the elephant and in a royal procession, he goes to his new province where he is practically like the leader of the whole area. When this happens, the Brahmins, the Vidwans, the Rajarshis, they are all bewildered. What did just happen? He was supposed to be punished. We were discussing, should we punish him? Should we not punish him? And suddenly, instead of being punished, he is given an exalted position. How do we understand that? How is this justified? So they ask Lord Ramchandra, how is this justified? This is not even a punishment. This is a reward. So Lord Ramchandra says, actually, you don't understand. But this dog understands. He is the knower of dharma. So Lord Ramchandra tells the dog, you explain what just happened. So the dog explains that actually this was a very severe punishment that Sarvartha Siddha got. He said, in my previous life, I was the spiritual leader of Kalanjar province. And although I practiced dharma, I was charitable, I was honest, I was truthful, I tried my best, but still some mistake might have happened on my behalf, on my part. And also the leader has to accept the sins of those who are under them, those whom they are taking care of. As a result, I was born in a degraded species, a dog species. Even though in my last life, I was a spiritual leader. Now I am in a degraded species of life, a dog species of life. Because I accepted that position, even though I was not qualified. I didn't have the purity, the bhajan bal, the tapa bal to execute the responsibilities of that stature, of that position that I took. So in the Shastras, there is an example of Priyavrat. We all know the story of Priyavrat. He was the son of Swayambhuva Manu. And what happened? He was a brahmachari doing his tapasya, doing bhajan. And Swayambhuva Manu told him, now you become the king. You become the king. You get married. And he didn't want to. And his Gurudev Narad Muni didn't want him to. But because Swayambhuva Manu and Brahmaji, they both ordered him, he gave up his own personal plans and got married. But he was protected, isn't it? He had some hiccups, but he was protected. Ultimately, he attained the highest destination. So one may argue, because Lord Ramchandra told him, you become the spiritual leader of Kalanja, so he'll be protected. Because it is Guru Pradatta or Prabhu Pradatta Seva. But Valmiki Ramayana says no. Priyavrat did not want to become the king. But he was ordered to become the king. So he accepted as a service to Krishna. But in the case of Sarvartha Siddha, he was delighted when he was offered that position. And he happily took it. And therefore, Valmiki Ramayana says, it was guaranteed that in the near future, Sarvartha Siddha would fall down and he would suffer duly. No doubt about it. So what do we learn from this, my dear friends? It may be very tempting to take a position of leadership, but we don't understand the subtle workings of the law of karma. It is not so easy. If we take a position, if we take the respect and the facilities that come with the position, we have to take the responsibility also. And therefore we see in the history of this world, so many leaders, they have difficulties. So many leaders have difficulties. So many gurus have difficulties. Because you have to absorb. The guru absorbs the sins of the disciple. The king absorbs the sins of the citizens. Please listen carefully. The husband absorbs the sins of the wife, and the master absorbs the sins of the servant. You see, Devananda Pandit did not throw Srivas Thakur out. It was his disciples. But who got the reaction? Wo to baithe the. He was just sitting. He was totally responsible for that. So here there is a verse that I would like to read from Valmiki Ramayana, which is quoted in this. Sorry, this is not wrong. This is from Hari Bhakti Vilas, first Vilas, verse 77. Very important verse. Okay, Hari Bhakti Vilas, Srila Sanatana Goswamis and Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswamis. Vilas 1, text 77. Rajni chamatyaja dosha patni papam swabhartari tatha shishyarjitam papam guru prapnoti nischitam. Rajni chamataja dosha. The sins of a counselor fall on the king. Patni papam swabhartari. The sins of a wife fall on her husband. Tatha shishyarjitam papam guru prapnoti nischitam. Similarly, tatha, just like that, shishya arjitam papam, whatever sins the disciple collects, produces, shishya arjitam papam, guru prapnoti nischitam. Hare Krishna. So as disciples, it is such an important responsibility that we should not commit sins. Otherwise, our Gurudev is getting those sins. Clearly it is said in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Shishyarjitam papam guru prapnoti nischitam. So from this story, the curse of the dog, this story was published by His Grace Madhavananda Prabhu in the latest Bindu, Krishna Kathamrit Bindu. It is very instructive, the story from Valmiki Ramayana, that if we accept the position of a leader without being qualified, then the subtle laws of karma are so stringent that we enjoy that comfort, luxury, facilities of being a leader, but ultimately it will lead to suffering and fall down. So it is best to be humble, best not to accept position that we don't feel inner indication from Krishna or Guru Maharaj directly orders us. We should not. It's a very big risk. So remember the Sarvartha Siddha and Priyavrat, the contrast. Priyavrat did it only as a service to Krishna. He didn't want it. But Sarvartha Siddha was delighted, was very happy. Wow, I got a nice position. He sat on the elephant and happily rode to his new kingdom. But that is not a reward. It's a great punishment. And the dog knew it, based on dharma, based on personal experience. And of course, Lord Ramchandra endorsed it also. So, thank you, Kirta Sundar Mataji, for sharing that verse. So we will stop here. It is 9:36. And from text 36, we will continue. And next time we will finish this chapter also on Thursday, Krishna Vili. So there's a very important Siddhanta we learn, that Prabhupada says the king or executive head must be so strong to stand before personality of Kali like personality of death. Otherwise, there is no use taking the position. Granthara Srīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we will go. Shamchandra Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dadat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Thank you very much.
Jai Vrindavan Dham.
Jai Ho, Jai Ho. Thank you very much for your wonderful, wonderful class. Very absorbing as usual. So I have one question and one reflection.
Yes, Prabhu.
So the question is on the tapaha. That is, there is always scriptures mention the importance of tapaha or austerity for our spiritual, growth or advancement. And especially on, the fasting, there's a lot of importance on fasting, on Ekadashi and other important dates and all. And sometimes we observe this, that even a sincere sadhaka gets, I would not say discouraged, but then it gets influenced by sometimes senior devotees, who would quote Bhakti Siddhanta Swami saying that, more than tapa, austerity, japa is important, or japa ke liye agar aapko khana bhi pade, that is even more important, So sometimes there's always it keeps oscillating. Like tapa more is on the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. And then somebody would say that japa ke liye agar aapko thoda khana pade, and even if because you need energy, and in Bhakti Siddhanta Swami has said ki agar grain bhi khana pade, and if you're doing some service, then so all those kind of things are discussed, in the circle. So I would like to have your firm views on this, how one should do. So after you answer this, I'll share my reflection on some other point.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Prabhuji. So Mahajanayana Gathasa Pantha, our path is to follow what our Mahajans have done. And in Krishna consciousness, there are principles and there are preferences. Always. So what color kurta we have to wear, that's a preference. But we should wear kurta. We cannot wear a tuxedo and sit on the Vyasasana. We cannot wear pajamas and sit on the Vyasasana. So there are principles and there are preferences. Some things are preferences, but some things are principles. So fasting on Ekadashi, that tapasya is a must. We cannot eat beans and grains on Ekadashi. Now, whether you eat fruits or whether you eat sabudana or you do nirjala, that's a matter of personal preference. So certain things are compulsory and certain things are optional. And as devotees, we should be clear what is compulsory, what is preference. And Srila Prabhupada's purports are there, Srila Prabhupada's lectures are there to tell us. But ultimately, yes, we are one Sampradaya, the Gaudiya Sampradaya, and ultimately we are all family of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, we are all family of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. But within that family also, we are under Srila Prabhupada. So if there may be some, sometimes acharyas may say two things, because each is speaking from one particular angle of vision. So if there is a slight difference, of course in principle there is no difference, but if there is some difference in the detail, we stand with Srila Abhay Charan Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So because we are in the line of Srila Prabhupada, closest acharya to us is Srila Prabhupada. So, for example, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said that Advaita Acharya does not have a beard. In fact, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, in the purport, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada writes that Nada means one who does not have beard, one of the names of Advaita Acharya. But Srila Prabhupada, in his Samadhi, when he saw Shri Advaita Acharya had beard. So, the photo that Srila Prabhupada told us to make, or the painting that Srila Prabhupada told us to do, it is Advaita Acharya with beard. But if you go to any Gaudiya Math temple, Advaita Acharya is without, he's clean shaven. So when this was brought before the Shastric Advisory Committee of the GBC, they came out with a very detailed research paper, and you can read it. They give different pramans, and from the point of view of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, the praman is no beard. It's very clear. And from Srila Prabhupada's standpoint, it is very clear that Advaita Acharya has beard. So they were even saying that Mayapur Panchato, we should remove the beard of Srila Advaita Acharya, because it's clear instruction. I have read in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is there. So actually in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says that Advaita Acharya touched his beard, dadi. The word dadi is used. But Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, in the purport, he says, in the footnote, he says that this dadi must be just some stubble, not a real dadi. Because in those days, dadi was kept by all these Aul, Baul, and all those different Upper Sampradaya. Shri Advaita Acharya, being the Supreme Personality, but being Vishnu, he was always youthful. He was never an old man. Saraswati Thakur says like that. How can Vishnu become old? And so he was youthful and he didn't have beard. He was clean shaven. So now, here is our Panchatattva photo. And Advaita Acharya here. He has got beard. Look at Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Does Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada have beard? No. He's clean shaven. Saraswati Thakur is clean shaven. Saraswati Thakur has beard. Srila Prabhupada saw this in his Samadhi. So, Srila Prabhupada, when he had darshan of Sri Advaita Acharya, he saw him with beard. Maybe he was doing some austerity, maybe he's traveling, or, So, Saraswati Thakur sometimes had beard in Chaturmas. Sometimes he was clean shaven. So, this is a detail. The point I'm trying to make is this is a detail. And we are safest when we follow the Acharya immediately above us. For example, our Diksha Guru, who is our main Shiksha Guru, what he has said, that we do. What Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Goswami has said, that is most applicable to you. That way we are safe because we have taken Diksha. Where are we going to go if we step outside the Maryada of our Gurudev? Where are we going to go? Who is going to save us? We are like a Kati Patang. Oh, Manja Kad Gaya, the Patang will just go with the wind, gone with the wind. So we have to understand from our Guru, from Srila Prabhupada, also from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarthawar and all our acharyas, what is compulsory and what is preference. And then this dichotomy will not happen. Is tapasya more important or japa is more important? Some tapasya has to be done. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that 3 things should never be given up: Dan, yajna, and tapasya. These things, 18th chapter, Krishna says, cannot be given up. So some tapasya should be given. So if someone really wants to do some seva, feeling lightheaded, dehydrated, urine has become dark because of dehydration, you may get kidney failure, you may get a syncope, you may faint and fall down. If that is there, yeah, drink some water, drink some lemon juice and do your service. But we have to be honest with ourselves. Not that in the name of japa is more important than tapa, hum kuch austerity nahi karenge. Ekadashi also will eat 3 meals. We'll have Ekadashi pizza and all those things. So that is honestly not for initiated devotees. New devotees, okay. But that is, I think, cheating. So we have to be honest with ourselves. If we are honest with ourselves, this dichotomy will not bother us. We have to be truthful to ourselves that really, do I really need this? Is it necessary? So we should, like that, be sincere and follow what Srila Prabhupada has given, what our acharyas have given. Does that help, Prabhuji?
Absolutely. Wonderful response. And I think it is very, very clear now. And Prabhu, now a very small reflection, could be a stupid reflection from my side. I was thinking about this Kali. If Kali wanted, Kali could have attempted to fight, but then Kali would have been defeated by the strong personality Parikshit Maharaj. And if Kali would have been defeated, then we would not be suffering the effects of Kali Yuga. But then Kali was obedient to the will of Providence. So Kali actually decided to surrender. And the process, Kali is actually being obedient to the will of Providence. Kali becomes a devotee also. Is it not?
So Maharaj Parikshit was obedient to the will of Providence. Maharaj Parikshit would have killed Kali, but he did not kill because he understood that he has surrendered to me, so as a Kshatriya I cannot kill him. And he understood that it is the will of Providence that Kali should be spared. So Maharaj Parikshit obeyed the will of Providence.
Okay.
Kali was simply treacherous. Therefore he surrendered. He was posing as a king, but when he found his match, ekdam se he became his surrender.
No, what I'm trying to say is, now see, Kali knew that Kali Yuga will prevail. And this was the will of Providence. So was it a larger plan that Kali wanted to enact, like how Jai Vijay did that plan, for 3 generations? They played the devils. So did Kali try to do something like that to please the Lord? I mean, I'm just thinking.
Kali was simply survivalistic instinct. Kali simply wanted to survive. He had a survival instinct, and it was Maharaj Parikshit who understood that it is Krishna's will of Providence. And therefore Maharaj Parikshit did not kill him, even though he could have.
Right. And Prabhu, one small thing about Hari Bhakti Vilas, you mentioned about, who takes whose sin. Now, is there any mention about, if the children commit any offense or sin, does the father take it, or does it, who
I
takes
have read, I don't remember where I read, Prabhuji, but I have read in our Shastra that in the first, I believe, 8 years, all the sins that a child commits, the father gets it.
I think
but then that was changed by Yamraj on the request of Manduka Muni, and it was, I think, made 14 years. But I don't remember where I read this. But I have read somewhere that the parents take the sins of the child.
Okay.
But not after the age of 14.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Child is responsible. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shama Vallavi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, in the 27th verse, we see that the cow is lamenting for her future. And immediately in the 28th verse, it comes that Parikshit is going to kill Kali. How Parikshit found Kali as the perpetrator?
He witnessed, he saw that he was holding the club and hitting, and the bull was looking at Kali and trembling. And he was also duplicitous. He was dressed up as a king, but he was not a king. He was a low-class fellow. So those were the sins of Kali. He was pretender, and he was the assailant, the assaulter of the bull and the cow. Maharaj Parikshit saw.
Okay, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Shama Kishori Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, I have two questions. The first one, you mentioned that Kali actually came on the head of Shringi. So Shringi actually he wasn't indulging in any of those four places where Maharaj Parikshit had allowed Kali to stay. And I don't think he even had like a golden crown or anything. So he wasn't wearing gold. So how could Kali influence Shringi?
So if you read Srīmad Bhāgavatam, the verses, the translation and the purport, it is clearly mentioned one of the energies of Kali is mad, pride.
Okay.
And Prabhupada explains in the purports, and it is there in Bhagavatam also, text also, that it is out of mad, out of pride, that we commit violence. So meat eating is caused by pride. Imagine if we are not proud, will we ever hurt another animal to fill our belly? Even when you ask these people who eat meat, why your religion says thou shalt not kill, why you are killing? They say, no, God has given this earth to us. All these animals and they have been given to us for enjoying. They belong to us. So isn't that mud? That's like pride and intoxication. That, oh, you are the enjoyer, really? You feel like that? Well, then you belong in the material world because we have the bhog buddhi, the tendency to enjoy. So yes, Mataji. So the four regulative principles are not just gross, but even subtle. Even subtle we have to follow. For example, someone may not be eating meat. Hitler was a vegetarian. But can he be considered non-violent? No, he committed the greatest violence in the century. So these are not just letter, but we have to understand the spirit behind the principles also. The spirit is that out of pride, we hurt others. So Shringi cursed Maharaj Parikshit out of pride. And mud is an energy of Kali. It is mentioned in the same chapter, the verses that we are reading. So mud.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And I have one more question. What reaction did Devananda Pandit get when his disciples took Srivas Acharya out?
He was deprived of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu was giving mercy to everyone. But throughout Mahaprabhu's stay in Navadvip, 24 years, he never gave any mercy to Devananda Pandit. In fact, he chastised Devananda Pandit, and he actually went to Devananda Pandit to take away his Bhagavatam from him. You have no adhikar to teach Bhagavatam. But the devotees stopped Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu did not give him mercy. Mahaprabhu chastised him, and Mahaprabhu very clearly exposed him that he is a cheater. He's just a Tarkic fellow. He has no understanding of Bhagavatam. He reads the Pustak Bhagavat and he offends the Bhakta Bhagavat. Mahaprabhu told him. So Mahaprabhu was displeased. That was what can be more painful than that? So then Mahaprabhu never gave him mercy. And he got mercy after Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Mahaprabhu came back from South India Yatra. He was repenting. He served Vakreshwar Pandit very nicely. And then when Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Kuliagram, which is Aparadha Bhanjana Path, the place where all the aparadhas are forgiven, Mahaprabhu was sitting surrounded by all the devotees, giving mercy left, right, center to everyone. All the aparadhis were coming and Mahaprabhu was blessing them. Gopal Chapal came, he was liberated. Those young students who had blasphemed Mahaprabhu when he was chanting Gopi, 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 they came, they surrendered. Mahaprabhu forgave them. One person came, he said, I used to always criticize all your devotee associates. please forgive me. Mahaprabhu said that famous thing, that mouth which you have taken poison, now glorify the devotees. That is nectar, Amrit. Vish liya hai muh se, to abhi Amrit lo. Vish is Vaishnava Ninda, and Amrit is Vaishnava Stuti. Vaishnava Gundan karo. So like this, many devotees are getting mercy, and Devananda Pandit was standing behind a tree, didn't have the courage to come in front of Mahaprabhu, because last time he had come, they had crossed their path near the house of Maheshwar Visharad, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's father-in-law. When they crossed their path, Mahaprabhu just chastised him like anything, screamed at him, yelled at him, chastised him. So Devananda Pandit was very scared this time to come in front of Mahaprabhu. So everybody was coming and getting forgiven, but he was standing far away. Mahaprabhu saw him and called him. He said, Devananda, come here. I am very pleased with you now, because you have served Vakreshwar. I live in the body of Vakreshwar. He is such a dear devotee of mine, and you have served him nicely, faithfully, sincerely. So you are forgiven. And Mahaprabhu called him, gave him mercy. Then he was forgiven. Years later. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna.
Prabhupada. Divya Agrawal Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji. Yes, Hare Krishna.
You mentioned Jatayu and Ram Navami just passed. I was wondering, Jatayu gave up his life, but was it in vain? Because
No, it was not in vain. It was not in vain.
Apparently, Mother Sita that Ravan captured was not a real Sita, right? She is supposed to be Maya Sita. And if Jatayu gave up his life for Maya Sita, does that make his sacrifice in vain? That is my one question.
Let me answer this. Let me answer this. Then you ask the second question. I'll forget. My memory is not good. No, Jatayu did not give up his body for Maya Sita. That day we discussed that for a pure devotee like Jatayu, Lakshman, Hanumanji, there is no Maya Sita. Maya Sita is Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samavrita. Moodoham Nabhijanati. Lokamamaja. It is for Moodhas. It is for Kapati. It is for Abhaktas that there is Maya Sita. But for the Shuddha Bhaktas like Jatayu, Hanumanji and Lakshman, they never saw Maya Sita. For them it was always the real Sita. But for Ravan it was Maya Sita. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sathaya bhajamya. Jatayu's sacrifice was not in vain at all. Jatayu never saw Maya Sita. Maya Sita is for those who are abhakta. Understand, Mataji? Is it okay?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, but it's kind of that story. It's kind of not easy to understand, because when we read Ravan captured her, and and we know that he can't like Mother Sita. Nobody can even see her, or but he apparently in Valmiki.
Nobody with material desires can see. But Jatayu, Hanumanji, Lakshman, whenever they interacted with Sita, they had the real Sita. Because they didn't have material desires. One who is not qualified will not be able to see. One who is qualified will see Sita.
And wasn't she residing in fire?
So see, this is the thing. Is Krishna residing in Golok Vrindavan? Yes.
Yeah.
Is Krishna Shaligram Shila? Yes. Is Krishna Shri Vigraha in the temple? Yes. Is Krishna Srīmad Bhāgavatam? Yes. Yes. Mother Sita was with Agnidev. Mother Sita was with Parvati. Mother Sita was with Jatayu also. Mother Sita was with Hanumanji also. Mother Sita was with Lakshman also. So this is the spiritual, the Chidananda Vastu, the spiritual substance. It is not limited by time and space. Material things are limited by time and space. Material things cannot be in two places at the same time. But spiritual substance, it does not have any limitation of time and space. So that is a difference. Okay?
And one more question about Ekadashi. I had tried doing Nirjala, I think, for like 1 year, but I remember I couldn't get up in the morning and I couldn't do my rounds in the morning. I felt so weak. So I'm just wondering, is there a scientific benefit of doing
No, see,
Nirjala?
we don't do Nirjala for any scientific benefit. Those who do, I don't do Nirjala myself. Very few, I can count on my fingertips. But devotees do it. Like Prabhupada said, fasting is only for self-realization. It is for spiritual advancement, spiritual progress. And if one finds it difficult, Srila Prabhupada never emphasized doing Nirjala. Never. Srila Prabhupada never emphasized. So you can eat some Ekadashi fruits, milk, yogurt, no problem. Do what is best for your bhajan. Okay, but some austerity is required. We should eat less on Ekadashi. Instead of taking 2 meals, we can take 1 meal on Ekadashi, like that. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Last question, Shama Chandrika Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam. Jai Shri Prabhu.
Prabhuji, you mentioned about the leaders and all. मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था, जैसे कि बड़े बड़े लीडर तो नहीं, बट छोटे जब भी सर्विस मिलता है, whatever service we get by mercy of Guru and Gauranga, we get service, but those service will be like promoting us in front of others and all, that kind of small leader things. But and out of that, yes, we think by mercy of Guru we get it, but still it is comes the like pride and all those things, small things, it will come slowly. So how we have to protect, and like even for Prabhupada's movement is preaching movement, so we have to preach and all. So preaching and all, it will be small leaderships will come in that also. How we have to prevent everywhere, because some or other things we will get back karmas and all those things also one way. So can you please clarify it?
Hare Krishna. It is very important to have the right attitude. Aham hare tava padaika mula dasanudaso bhavitapam bhuya. Maharaj Prataprudra also, Vritrasur was the king of the demons. Maharaj Prataprudra was the king of whole Odisha. But what was his attitude? Raja kahe ami tomar dase ranudas. Bhrityara bhritya karo ei abhilash. Maharaj Prataprudra said this. Even though he was the king, he was giving orders, he was sitting on the throne, he was wearing royal clothes, he was wearing the crown, he was being carried in a palanquin, he was living in palaces, he had servants, everything. It's the attitude. Internally, what is our abhilasha? What is our mood? Internally, we should always think that I am servant of all these devotees. I may be playing a certain role. I may be, I might have accepted some certain service, certain position, but that is only to serve these devotees. Actually, they are more advanced than me. But there is so many devotees send their daily sadhana. I know they are much more advanced than me. They are chanting more rounds than me. They are doing more bhajan than me. They are more self-controlled than me. Their sense control is better than me. But then why I should take sadhana reports? Because they have to give it to somebody. Somehow they have faith. So as a service, I'm doing it for them. So, but if I start thinking that, okay, I'm the boss and they are giving their reports to me, now I can tell them, I can control them, or I'm more advanced than them because they are giving to me, then I'm finished. So whatever service we do, we should try to do it. And I'm speaking for myself. I'm instructing my own mind and my intelligence that we have to do this simply as a postman. When a postman brings a money order, or the Amazon delivery person brings a very nice delivery, nice gift, then we don't embrace the delivery, Amazon delivery man or the postman. Give me an embrace. You're so wonderful. Please come inside, sit. Let's have prasad together. Let's spend some time together. You have brought this gift to me. No. He just comes and goes. Nobody recognizes. And he doesn't feel anything. Because for him, the reward is coming from the postal company. Similarly, we have to become postman and postwoman. We don't want reward from the person to whom we are delivering the message of Krishna, delivering the message of Bhagavad Dharma. No. We just want to serve. Yes, our vetan, our salary will come from Krishna. Dasa ko hai vetan mora, deha prema dhan. Krishna prema bina vyartha daridra jivan. That is the vetan we'll get, Krishna prema dhan. But who will give? Mahaprabhu will give. Namo Mahavadanya Krishna prema pradayate. But if we start taking vetan from the people to whom we are delivering, to whom we are preaching, we are finished, Mataji. Finished. Every time we meet devotees who are coming for our Bhakti Vriksha, we have to look at their feet and in our heart offer obeisance and tell them, you are more advanced than me. I am just your servant sitting here on this asana, trying to serve you. It is Guru Pradatta Seva. My Gurudev has told me this Seva. My Gurudev is physically not here. So as his loudspeaker, He is the speaker. Prabhupada is the speaker. We are loudspeakers. I am doing this seva. If we don't have this attitude, then we will be finished. We'll be finished. It's very dangerous to take a leadership role or to think oneself to be better than others. Amanina manadena. Everybody is better than me. I'm just doing this service somehow. And anytime a leadership role is given, our immediate response should be, no, is there someone more qualified? Let me give. And even if we are doing a role, if someone more qualified walks in, we should be happy to hand over. Bharat Maharaj handed over the kingdom to Lord Ram very happily. So that also should be. If we become attached to the position of our service, we should be attached to seva. But if we become attached to the position of seva, I am Bhakti Vriksha leader. No, but if someone has come who can do the service better than you, step down, step away. So that should be there. One should be non-envious and one should be amanina manadena. Very, very important. And we have to keep reminding ourselves. Spiritual warrior means every moment war. Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj said we are spiritual warriors. Not that one day, not in one class, but it's a constant battle. Because now we may be amanina manadena and 1 minute later we may become mani. We want respect from others. And we become no manadena. We don't give respect to others. Finish. Our years and years of practice, it takes one moment of slip, one moment of indiscretion, one moment of mistake. It's gone. Isn't it? Ajamil, all his childhood was a pure Brahman, assisting his father. One slip, one moment, inattention, and he was finished. Like Lord Krishna says, one sense that we don't control, one indriya that we don't control, it will take away. The Maya energy will take it away. Just like a boat in a sea. Wind will just sweep away the boat. Similarly, one senses that we focus on, some sense object, we will be finished. And then, just to give an example, someone may practice brahmacharya for 20 years and then one slip and 5 minutes finished. It's gone. Isn't it? So material world is like that. So all we have to do is remain humble, be non-envious, be everybody's well-wisher, and always consider oneself to be the servant of Shri Guru, servant of the servant of Shri Guru. Really, there is no way around it. Aham hare tava padayakam mula dasanu daso bhavitami. There is no way around this. Das dasanu das. Gopi bharatu padakam or das dasanu das. There is a reason why Mahaprabhu gave us this verse. So we can do service, Mataji, but we have to be really on guard and keep reminding ourselves. All of them are better than me. I am their servant. My service is to speak Harikatha. My service is to lead Kirtan. My service is to cook for them. My service is to do Aarti to the deities. Yes, but I am their servant. I'm not better than them. Actually, Guru Maharaj is supposed to give the class. Guru Maharaj is supposed to lead the Kirtan. Guru Maharaj is supposed to do Shri Vigraha Seva. But physically, Maharaj is not here. My Guru Maharaj, that's why I'm doing it on their behalf. I'm like a postman. Nobody will embrace me. Nobody will welcome me. Nobody will say thank you. Nobody will invite me in the house and give me prasad. I'm just a postman. If Krishna is pleased, then he will give me my salary, my vetan of Krishna Prem later on. So the devotees that we are serving, we should not take service from them. We should not let them glorify us. We should not let them honor us too much. We should not give them personal work. We have to be very careful with these things. Yeah, sometimes devotees don't listen. They force, because out of affection, they want to do it. That's okay. As long as we are clearly saying, no, I don't do this. But if they are forcing, then on behalf of Gurudev, we may accept. But constantly we have to be on guard. Is that helpful, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. But sometimes I feel like our acharyas, like Haridas Thakur, they all are very safe zone. Means humbly they are doing their things. So if we choose like a background things like washing pots, those all things are safest. But still we get sometimes the service which we don't want to be. So how we have to deal those things, Prabhuji?
See, service, when it is given to us, like we saw the example of Priyavrat and the Sarvartha Siddha. Clearly, So if we don't want to do, but Gurudev feels that we should do, our Shiksha Guru feels, our Bhakti Vrisha leader feels, or our spiritual mentor feels that we should do that service and it is given to us, then what can we do? Our service is to do. Like Hanumanji says to Lord Ramchandra, no, I want to be like a squirrel only. I don't want to become big. People will give me respect. There will be my deities. There will be Hanuman Mandirs in the future. There is no squirrel Mandir. So let me be a squirrel. But no, Hanumanji was meant to do that service. If Arjun says, I will not fight on the Rath, I will just be a foot soldier. I will take a little sword and fight like other soldiers. No. Krishna is giving empowerment. Paurusham Nrishu in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says. Balam Balavatam Cha Aham, Krishna says. Paurusham Nrishu, I am the ability in man and woman. So Krishna is giving the ability. If Krishna is giving the ability, Guru Maharaj identifies, sees the potential and tells us, you speak Harikatha, you give class, or you lead Kirtan, or you do this, you do that service, you organize, you become the leader, you become the president. Then we become. Just like Hanumanji was doing the service. So we have to do based on our ability, based on our Swabhav. And Guru Maharaj sees something and gives us, or our spiritual mentor gives us, then we should do it humbly. And we should be willing to step down also, if we are asked to. That is a test, whether we are attached or not. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
He didn't want it, but he was literally forced to do it. So he did it. And he was saved. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, dear devotees, so there are no more questions now. We'll end the class. I had prepared a Kahoot quiz, but cannot do it because it's very late. So we'll do it on Thursday if possible, when we complete the chapter. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, thank you so much.